How's everyone doing today? This is Robert and my buddy Julio over here
What's
uh,
up?
in the studio. Welcome to the X-Ray Podcast. Today we got a
Jam pack.
very jam-packed show that is. We're gonna dive in a little bit into the situation, the tragic situation, but yet amplified message that Charlie Kirk left, and the deals about the shooter, and address so many things because there's so much information out there, uh, and some of the stuff that we'd like to dive in and see, share what we've gathered and our thoughts. And this video that we're about to share is, well, we're gonna try to dive in with the best of what we can come up with, like give you the where the shooter was, his route, the trajectory of the bullet, how he escaped, and where amongst we think he had how he climbed down the building, and where was the weapon when he climbed down, because that was one of the questions that we all had. He they said that they didn't know if he put it in his pant legs. Well, we just found a video that shows a little more clarity where that weapon was as he was climbing down the building. But I guess we'll start off with the with this clip right here. Um, and this is right when the shot happened, and somebody that was inside the building, listening to Charlie, uh, captured this. Right there, that man, the guy that's
I think
running,
he'd already be in place.
and look, that's where he was at.
So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying?
Huh.
He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in.
So as you can see, which position of the building where he was at, we can use, I guess, many tools thanks to technology, uh, Google Earth, and actually see where, uh, which spot of the building that is, and the whole map. So we're gonna go back and forth with Google Earth, but watch this right here. So this, give us a sec. All right, here we go. So here in Google Earth, we're going to show you where the shooter was at, and he positioned himself. There we go. So it's believed that he's there. So if you see, that yellow line is where we believe the trajectory of the bullet. Um, and unfortunately, yeah, he would be in this position right here. And of course, Charlie Kirk would have been um, right over there. And that window, those windows you see, is where they caught him running over here. And so that's so far, where we see, where you see that is where it says Hall of Flags. That's inside those windows. That's where they were recording that one scene. And the people that saw, hey, it's to your left, right there. That's where the people saw him at. Over here. Yep, they were probably there when they seen the shooter laying down. And of course, remind you, they didn't know it was a shooter. They just seen somebody up there, like, what's going on, which they should have reported something. I mean, we've already seen Butler, Pennsylvania. So see something, say something. And so we believe that the moment the shot happened, then he took the route from the film. He went running this way where the mouse is running. You see it, and he went beside that building right there, and then in that white corner right there where the mouse is at is where he dropped down. Okay, so we have that video where it shows that. And then we have that question, like, well, what happened with the rifle? I mean, like, did he we know that they found it wrapped. There's a video showing of a box. That's not the rifle, I believe. I think they said they found it wrapped in a towel, right? So here's the clip of the shooter. I guess they got it right after he went over uh, that little building there. There he goes. See how it's going? Now pay attention to his hands as the best as you can see it. Give us one sec. Just pay attention to his hands. Okay, look at his hands. See that thing? That's the rifle. Boom. Okay, he dropped something. He picked it up. That towel looking thing, that's the rifle. He wrapped it in towel. Look again. Look at his hands. Oh, he put the rifle there. He's squatting there. And the rifle's now in his right hand and he falls. He drops something, picks it up, and he goes. And I guess he notices, look right here again. Okay, as he's running, he notices there's a car, so he starts walking fast instead of running. And you see where he's walking, he's trying to cross the road. Okay, so now that road puts us in the Google Map, Google Earth. It'll put us where we'll show you where that road is. And let's see. Okay, so if we go, that road right there is where he crossed. So he's walking and he's right there. That's that road that he was trying to cross. Now you're like thinking, well, where's the neighborhood where the Ring cameras? Well, they weren't like the home cameras. Well, you'll see when he's walking in the background in a field where it looked like that's over here to your right. Right. Yeah, right there. And then he walked around somewhere there and somehow I guess crossed someone's backyard or something where that mouse is, and then he started walking this way. So I guess his Challenger was probably parked. We don't know exactly where he was parked, but obviously it wasn't the parking lot he left. We're thinking it's over there, right here somewhere. And that's how we got away and went home. To me, I just want to, it's to me one of the things that I was concerned, and I was telling Julio while we were doing this, what happened to the rifle? When I first seen it on Fox News, it wasn't this clear. I didn't know what happened to the rifle, and there's a picture that shows out there, a picture of the style of rifle, but it was in a box. But they didn't find it in a box; they found it wrapped in a towel, and apparently he was talking to someone on Discourse and how he needed to go back and pick up that rifle. But you see that's the style of rifle. That's not the actual rifle, though. We'll show you right now. But it's circling around that's the rifle, so they think they found it in that box, and that's the style of rifle, a 30-06 and scope. And it might have been that might be the rifle, but the box is not where they found it. That it might have been that the FBI put that box like that. We don't know, but we do know that it had some engrave of leftist ideology buzzwords, I guess, or and then on top of that, there's people showing these videos. Now there's a person that was running with what it seems to be a handgun right here. And if you look at this clip, it clearly looks like someone was running. It doesn't show us which direction this person was running, but that that is a gun. Now, I can speculate that maybe this is part of the security team for Charlie Kirk, and they're probably just running around, wanting to. There you go. See, it looks like he's running towards the direction of where the shot came from. That's what it looks like. So maybe he's part of the team, and he's just, going, doing his due diligence of his job. Don't know for a fact, right? I kind of wish the turning I mean, I obviously they have priorities right now, but, you know, at least identify all the people that worked, for Kirk's security. That way there's no rumors that, "Oh, there's this person that shot him," or the bullet came from the side. And honestly, I looked at that video, it looks like to me that it was the microphone,
Mhm.
and that because he liked to have another microphone. I think it was on his right, not his left, right? But in his right, and when the bullet hit, it did this, like, and the force of that speed would cause the shirt to do that. So, um, I think the video didn't capture the bullet. What we saw wasn't the bullet. I think that was the microphone. And I think the bullet hit before, and hence why he made that gesture later, because uh, bullets are faster. You would have to have like a
Yeah.
specific type of camera to capture that. So, and we're just trying to use our basic logic. I'm not an expert or anything, but I will say that the speculation that whether there was influences that influenced one individual, I do agree. I do believe in that. I believe there's definitely outside forces that probably influenced this young man to do that. And I mean, we called it that he was a left wing. I know a lot of people keep telling us that, oh, stop saying that. Left wing is trying to not. Um, they're trying to like say we're not responsible for this, but they are. The moment they demonize us, or just because we don't agree with what you guys believe, and they're gonna say, well, like, I have a friend, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he posted a video on in response of one of my posts, that I had a post of Charlie Kirk with, it said rest in peace, RIP, and it had Martin Luther King, JFK, and Charlie Kirk, and they were like, their opinion, they don't feel like they should be in the same uh
Category.
category. Yeah, because he believes that Charlie Kirk is not that big of an influential as JFK and the great Martin Luther King, but I do. And I'm going to say why I believe so. This man amped up and helped move a movement within the academia, because for before Trump decided to run, political correct was the thing. And people were afraid to speak their mind. If they were conservatives and you went to Harvard or you went to Yale, or even if you went to like somewhere like Rice University or any university, if you were conservative, you had to shut up, because the moment you spoke out, the professors would give you bad grades and you would be chastised. So no one really had the courage to come up and do this until Charlie Kirk came out and started uh these debates. And I believe that's why he dropped out of college to do this, and he started Turning Point USA. And I followed him by then, and I would see how he would say, "Hey, I believe in this, change my mind." And he would debate, and of course, like everything, a good debate, we like the sauce, right? We like the gossip, we like the juicy stuff. So clickbait started becoming a thing. And of course, people's on the left are sensitive. They are not for free speech, because if they were for free speech, they would be protecting the very speech they deem hateful. Um, and Charlie Kirk had an anointment that I believe that when he spoke, he would infuriate them, and he would infuriate them more because sometimes some of those guys would make loony stuff that uh would trigger them. That's hence the word where that came from. Anyways, coming back to this, a lot of his donors were Jewish people, Israelis, and he then helped, that bunch of the people that supported him, and he was a big advocate for Israel. And then he found a talented individual named Candace Owens. Candace Owens went with him and worked with Turning Point, and Candace Owens was a star, that was in the crowd that winded up. Guess what? Candace Owens worked with Charlie Kirk together, going to universities, making these debates, and then she got picked up by PragerU. Hey, we need you here, and PragerU was one of the donors for Turning Point USA. And then Candace Owens, obviously, we know from there, she went to the Daily Wire, got a job there, and she worked at the Daily Wire. And one thing that happened, and I remember this vividly, is that when she worked for the Daily Wire, and I was a subscriber, I love Matt Walsh, I love Michael Knowles, and Candace Owens. The rest, I could care less. But anyways, Candace Owens decided to she said, I don't know anything about what's going on with Israel and the Palestinians. You know what? Let me invite a Palestinian guy, because I've already invited a Jewish person in my show. Let me invite a Palestinian guy. Let me hear him out. Let me hear their side. And she did that. And because she did that, she started getting threats, comments, calling her an anti-Semite and this and that. And you guys that did that pushed her to dig even further. And now that we know how Candace Owens is, she digged really deep and found a lot of bad stuff. And anyways, the reason why I'm circling back to my whole point, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens, tight. You're telling me that the donors didn't say, Charlie, you better get your girl. She's over here doing this. We don't like this. We feel offended. And you brought her up, this and this and that. So you need to do something about that. And I'm sure Charlie Kirk probably had a conversation with her and said, hey, girl, man, what's going on? Why are you thinking like this? And being Candace the way she is, true to herself, she probably said this and this and this and that. And Charlie Kirk probably lingered that in his mind. And then years later, we see him going to Israel and talk to PBD Podcast. And in the PBD Podcast, he states certain comments that makes you go, And I don't know. You guys tell me. We're going to play some of it, but here we go. You guys tell me what this looks like.
9/11 happened. Nobody thought 9/11 was going to happen.
Yep.
So I just have way too many questions that makes me think about what the motives are. And if we go dark, I'll put all those things out there.
Yeah.
How did these guys not know this was taking place?
So I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial...
And you see, he was starting to question
stuff. There were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick.
Dude, okay. I think that should be good enough to get to my point, though. He started to question the government of Israel, of Bibi Netanyahu. And I'm telling you that for whatever reason, I don't know why we cannot, they can judge, okay, imagine Candace Owens back in the Daily Wire. If she judged America and said, hey, we're doing this, and we're doing this, and this bad. And I guess let me just get it more clear. let's say she's saying there, which she did say that there's an issue with black Americans where there's fatherless homes. The American government, the Democratic side, is responsible for that, right? She did say that. No problem with the Daily Wire. Now she's saying she's okay. So that is a criticism of our own government.
Mhm.
So then she comes back and just criticized the Israeli government. Then it's like canceled. You're fired.
Yes.
So why can't we criticize another government? We can criticize China. We criticize China all the time, and no one.
Russia.
We
Ukraine.
criticize Russia. We criticize the EU. We criticize Africa. We criticize Australia. We criticize Mexico. Oh man, we criticize the crap out of Mexico. We criticize El Salvador, Venezuela. But the moment we criticize Israel, people get unalived or called anti-Semite. And that has nothing to do with that. And this is where it's kind of like when you think of that, and then you think of over 50% of bureaucrats that work in our government, medical, in the FBI, in Hollywood, have dual citizenship to Israel. It makes me go, you know? And I just, there's this, and I'm the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is a big crowd of people saying that Israel might have taken out Charlie Kirk. And we don't know. I'm not saying that that's true. I'm not saying that I believe in that. And I'm not saying that, but what I am saying, and my whole point of this is that I'm questioning it. I'm just, it's in my mind, you know? I mean, how easy is to influence somebody? I mean, you have a kid that was raised by Republican MAGA roots family in Utah, went to school for only what, a year and a half or so or something like that?
Not even 2.
Yeah, and got indoctrinated to the left
That fast.
that fast.
But
I don't know, man.
just to to give you my 2 cents. Don't all these shooters have one commonality, and they are under 25 years old.
Yep.
The vast majority, and those 10 shooters were transgenders, and that's the fact. I mean, they were radicalized, whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, they were most of them college students.
Yeah.
And they went to their gun-free zone areas and did their deed, but we are fighting this thing right now, which is I was talking to JJ yesterday on my last on yesterday's stream, that we are in a battle of spiritual battle.
Yes.
That's what we are. Evil is walking among us, and they are doing whatever they like. And I said it yesterday. You've seen the videos online, not by me, not because the algorithm pushed it towards me. I was looking for those videos because I couldn't believe it myself. And you see guys on the streets doing their interviews and talking to people in colleges and campuses across the nation, and a lot of people were happy for what happened to Charlie Kirk. But just imagine, just put it this way: what if it happens to a transgender, talking their opinions, and somebody took their life? What like? I mean, you've probably seen the videos
Yeah.
of the comparison when Charlie got unalive, and what was the reaction from the right, which was peaceful.
Yeah, very peaceful.
Vigils going all over the nation. Plus, when the left, something happened to them or one of their members, their first action they do is burn, destroy, riots, you name it. You know, mostly uh, fiery, peaceful protests. That's what they do: destroy, deceive, lie. And I'm tired of their behavior, and we have to push back.
Yes.
People are getting tired. You know, we're not sitting idle anymore. And you seen the videos. People are getting fired. Like, how stupid could you be if if you have a high paying job, whatever your political views are, you have consequences.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If I have a job, if I have a job that pays me 60,000 or 80,000 or $100,000 a year, do you think I will compromise my livelihood because I think differently from somebody else and I will post a comment? I mean, you can post whatever you want on your social media, but like they say, if we go by what the left says, words have consequences. Well, they're facing the consequences right now.
Yep.
You seen the videos? They're crying out loud. Oh, I lost my job. I lost my job. I don't have nothing else to live for. Oh, you right wingers are evil. Like, you asked for it. You were happy because Charlie Kirk got unalive. Now you're complaining because you're getting fired.
Mm.
And how stupid could you be? Like, I mean, like, honestly, how stupid could you be? Like, oh, let me post this video. Let me go viral. You know what? F you.
Yeah, for real. Facts. I don't feel bad for you at all.
I mean, if you didn't feel bad for Charlie Kirk, why should you feel bad? Because I mean, you're still alive. I mean, jobless, but I mean, you're still alive.
You know, Julio,
Shoot.
I come across, which I'm gonna look this up, but I come across of this biblical verse where Jesus is given a parable about a farmer picking up the wheat and the weeds, right? The
Mhm.
harvest. And we're at the times right now, which have you ever seen that Peachy Patriot girl, right? She's on Instagram and
Peachy Patriot.
yeah, yep. She had one video where
Was she
yeah,
on X or
Instagram. It was an Instagram. She made but
Let
you
me-
can find her on X or TikTok
let me
also,
find out. I think
or
I-
maybe Facebook. Facebook, you could find her on Facebook too. But she had a video where she's crying because she came to realize from her husband. Her husband told her, which is crazy because my wife said the same thing, kind of. Well, yeah, in a sense. But when I first got the news, Julio, about Charlie Kirk, I was infuriated. I I even said out here, I said something so dumb where I said it's gonna divide us and I welcome it. Well, obviously that's not true. That was just words out of anger because I was angry. And she basically hits the nail on the head. She says that her husband had told her, if you go to the search up Patriot Patriot Peachy or something, or something like that. Patriotic Peach. But she basically said, as Christians, as believers, we have to pray for these evil people that are celebrating.
all right here.
We have to I don't think that's it though. No, that's not it. She looks like she's crying. But, she starts realizing, like, yes, we have to pray for you guys. We have to forgive you guys. And but when I hear these people celebrating, I'm realizing that you're starting to see the evil on that side. The evil on that side. And the fact that let's say you're a Democrat and you don't believe in what they are doing with them crying, but they identify what relates you with them is my question. Like, why do I get to call you in the same camp as them? Right? Because they identify as Democrats, you're identifying like a Democrat. So like if you're a Democrat and you're like, you know what, I don't agree with them celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk the way they are, but you're a Democrat and the one that celebrates, they identify as a Democrat. So what do they have that ties you to them? the fact that you stay silent makes you complicit, makes you part of it. And you're like, well, I'm gonna condemn it and say I don't agree. I don't agree. That doesn't fix it. Because you were quiet when they were inciting the demonization, the fear mongering, the clickbait of, you know, cutting little snippets to make it sound like Charlie Kirk is saying something racial or evil, and when it wasn't, it was pulled out of context, and you stayed silent. You stayed silent when the news media is saying that Trump is a Nazi or Hitler. You're staying quiet, and you believe it. You believe the same thing that these evil, wicked people believe. But I believe this is the video right here, right? Or if not, it's something close. But here we go. Shout out to Patriot Peach. She does really good content, her and her husband.
Found the guy who ended Charlie Kirk's life. His name is Tyler Robinson.
Sorry about the
Yeah.
technical difficulties. Sometimes the internet is not working properly, but we are trying to do it.
But yeah, you know, if it's just
And he's 22.
crazy because we as Christians, we face this very hardship where people has done some evil, right? And we have to pray for them and pray that Jesus touches their heart and that the Holy Spirit changes their way of thinking, right? When we read the Bible, we realize that the Holy Spirit is the wisdom that you're supposed to seek, that we find in the book of Proverbs.
Mhm.
But you know, it's a hard pill to swallow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I find myself the same way when she was stressing that, like, oh my gosh, I have to forgive these people and pray for them, which is a very hard thing to do. But you know, we have to do it.
Bro.
Here
like,
we go.
Jesus Christ was crucified
Exactly.
for preaching and telling the truth.
Mhm.
He was crucified and he knew it.
Yep.
He accepted. He willingly went to the cross and you know and allowed them to crucify him because he had the power to just vanish and just don't
Yeah.
let it happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yet he submitted to God's will and did what he's supposed to be do. You know, he carried out his mission. And Charlie Kirk and my wife, we were talking about it today. Charlie Kirk has a mission. He fulfilled his mission, and sometimes stuff has to happen
Exactly.
for a revival,
Yep.
change of hearts,
Yep.
change of minds, change of narrative, change of culture. And sometimes somebody had to step on the plate. You know, somebody had to step on the line and say, hey, I will do it.
Yeah.
And Charlie Kirk did it. And now they're just not trying to silence. They tried to silence Charlie Kirk. Definitely, they tried,
They tried. Yep.
but they just created a million Charlie Kirks.
Yep.
They just did. That's the stupidest thing the left could ever done. Like, they messed up.
They really did messed up.
They're cooked.
Yep.
Well done, crispy, beyond recognition. They're done. I mean, I don't see anybody lining like with a conscious heart, a common sense. People will not ever allow them to take power again. You've seen people from the left
Yep.
openly say on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
I just now registered as a Republican.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
I'd
move
seen
it.
that. Yeah.
They're like, the left is
Yep.
that has gone too far.
Yep. They really did.
People are on friends on social media because they will not share the same space. Like, if you're happy because somebody else demise, and you laugh about it, what would they do if their friend gets killed?
Exactly. And you know the thing you just brought up right now, Julio?
Come on,
Julio,
preach, brother.
we seen the horrific video. Everyone's seen it. It was even on TikTok where it showed everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the reason why that happened, people, is because everyone was reposting it. It got so fast that the Twitter,
The algorithm.
the algorithm could not block it. They couldn't block it. It was so much. It literally broke the internet.
Mhm.
That's why you've seen so many of that. The fact that everyone got to see the horrific, gruesome bloodshed, that's why everybody's like, oh my gosh. And it hit reality.
Right.
And then for them to hear these people, woo, celebration and all that, guess what? That's when you realize these people are evil. I do not want to be tied to this. That's when the turning point was, where they're like, you know what?
What ironic name, right?
Exactly. And his ending and his mission, like you said, the turning point. Wow.
If you think about it, it was a mission.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk is the symbol of turning point. He is the face, the name, and the purpose of turning point. He's the turning point.
And you know, the thing is, he was the modern day evangelist. If you know anything about the Bible and the New Testament, okay, there is an apostle. His name was Paul, Apostle Paul. And this is why I want to bring this up for all those people that are like, I'm a Christian, but I hate politics, or I can't talk about politics, or I don't care about politics. Well,
2 years old.
Well,
They say his
modern
dad
day-
played a huge part in turning him
modern
in.
day
A lot-
politics was in biblically back then, because Paul would preach.
A
in
lot of family members
plaza,
have said
which
that
you would
Tyler
say
has
a
become a
plaza
lot more
would be,
political
right?
and vocal
He
throughout
would
the
preach
years,
there,
and he
and
had
they told him, hey, you can't preach this because now let's
a huge
let's
disdain for
try it
Charlie.
as
I hear Democrats like
modern
Harry
day
Sisson say the motive is unknown,
hate speech,
but his bullet
right?
casings
You need to not preach in this plaza.
Why
But
is she
Paul,
talking?
I don't know.
I know. Like, let me stop her. I don't know why she is
Okay,
preaching.
but yeah, Paul would preach in this plaza where he wasn't supposed to be preaching, because if not, you're gonna go to jail. And he went to jail. So a lot of the verses like Acts and other New Testament books
Mhm.
were written from Paul in jail, because he was evangelizing in the street, kind of like today in the modern era. You have Charlie Kirk doing the same. And again, a lot of the apostles got martyred, just like Charlie Kirk. So the impact that we're seeing it today, because we've read it before, but it's different from reading it and actually seeing it. And I encourage everyone, which we have made a shirt, and again, we're selling it not for our gain, but we're selling it for donation, because I think we need to give all that to Erica Kirk for Turning Point. It probably might be pennies, but it's something that we want to express to the world. I am Charlie Kirk. You're Charlie Kirk. We're all Charlie Kirk. And we need to have that voice. We need to, if you feel passionate about preaching the word of God in a public space, do that. If you want to talk about the politics and the conservative ways of MAGA, talk about it. If you want to talk about the left and Democrats, talk about it. See, this is the difference between the radical left and, I guess you want to call me radical right, whatever it is. The difference is, I'm okay with you saying what you want to say. I might disagree with you, but I agree with I agree that you should have the right to say what you want to say. And I won't block your message. In fact, I encourage you to keep spewing your message, but then let me spew my message and let people decide whose house is made out of a brick and whose house is made out of glass. And I will tell you, I've already tested my house, and I'm pretty much formed in very good ground. So, and that's what Charlie Kirk would do. He knew where he was standing. That's why he would say, "Change my mind."
And they couldn't.
And they couldn't.
They couldn't. Let me show you. Let me show you the videos of the great revival of what happened to Charlie Kirk. It is a movement. It is something beyond words. Let's check it out. Look at that.
Yeah,
That is all over the nation.
different
not o-
cities.
Not only our nation, but it's also overseas.
In Australia.
Australia, Europe, places that people don't think Charlie Kirk is hurt.
Oh,
he
wait.
is hurt.
What about New Zealand? Right.
Oh yeah, let me look it up in New
Oh
Zealand.
my gosh, that was I'm not too familiar with their culture, the way they do things, but it is impactful to see when they do that type of dance, like that warrior
Yeah.
deal, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Let's play it.
Here we go. Hmm. And it's like a great honor for them to do that, right?
Yeah.
In their culture.
It is. It is like honoring murder. Well, it is a big deal. It is in their culture. It's a big deal, and that's it. Was in New Zealand, and let me show you the other one. It was uh Benny Johnson posted places where they were honoring Charlie Kirk. Places like memorials for Charlie Kirk was Sydney, Australia, United Kingdom, Madrid, Spain. Let me put it right here and put it big. All right, they got Madrid, Spain. They got Poland, Parliament, Australia, Germany, New Zealand, like we just saw, Tel Aviv, and United States in hundreds of locations. And that is the great revival that we are just talking about. I mean, this day of Charlie Kirk, September 10, 2025, will be, I guarantee you, by the end of the month, it will be placed as a national holiday for
And-
freedom of speech.
Yeah. And in honor of freedom of speech. And honestly, that's why they assassinated him
They're making it worse.
for words, though.
They make like the left is so stupid. These demonic people. I mean, that's all demons.
Yep.
Demonic people are they are so stupid, so naive, so blind of hatefulness that it's a great idea to take out somebody very important for the movement. And pretend like that we are going just to forget. Like they pretend that we're just like, okay, that's fine. We forgive you. Then we move forward with the next news the next day.
Yeah.
That does
This,
not go
this
that
is
way.
something that you can't just undo.
Nah, it's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
cooked.
if you see, let me find the videos while my friend Robert talk to you here and give you his point of view. But these videos of people leaving the left are overwhelming. I saw a few hours later from when people start posting. They were joyful of passing of Charlie Kirk. Hours later, I seen people just moving away from the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
They call themselves like, hey, we are independents or we are on the left, but we are no longer Democrats. I mean, they cannot align themselves with Democrat because their behavior and their point of view or and they're demonic.
It's because it's really bad. I mean, to think that you would have, like, I feel that way. I there was a guy that was saying, he's like, to even live in the same space with you guys is disgusting. And I'm talking about the people that celebrate for this man's death and the way it was so displayed gruesomely. And for them to celebrate, like, how evil do you have to be? And I feel disgusted with people like that.
Yeah, me too. All right, let me show you the video. It is this gentleman right here, just talking what we were talking about, just leaving the party. Check this out.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, dog. Hey, Democrats, man, y'all cooked, bro. I'm talking about, man, I be looking at my news feeds, man. I posted that shit about black and white conservatives coming together. Man, I had Asians coming in that thing. Latinos coming in that thing. I even think I seen like an Armenian American. Blur, listen, man. Cooked. Y'all cooked. Extra crispy. No batter. Y'all might want to just start all the way over.
Yep.
Like, just go ahead and sit out for these little 20 years. Let the people get back, back where they want to be, and forget that y'all snakes, and then y'all try to sneak back in. But as of right now, the Latino community, Asian community, black community, white community, fucking Armenian community. Dog, I done had Filipino Americans in my inbox telling me they with it too. It's over. Man, I'm gonna go ahead
they're
and say
cooked.
it, dog.
They're really cooked. And it's there's so many of those videos, and I will say that
This is one of many.
this is one of many, and see if we can find more. But yeah, there's so many of them. Look at that one, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, this
Um,
is kind of quite long, but I will find
The
a
shorter
short-
ones, yeah. There's
Okay.
yeah, here
Right
we go.
here. This is a short, nice and short. Let me see who. Let me give the content creator some. All right, Paula. Let me see. Let me show you a video real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I'm working over here all the time.
This was the day that I decided I'm never voting Democrat again. I cannot stand with you people anymore. Although there's a lot of people on the right that I disagree with, looking at your comments, gross. I don't want anything to do with you. Find Christ. This
That's one.
Yeah.
That's one. And let me show you.
Oh man, that's just that's so despicable of the people to celebrate.
Let me see this one.
As I am. I do not,
And-
I'm not buying.
I
There-
just feel like
Hey, check this one out. This lady, she is firing all cylinders.
It was to wake up this morning and hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious and ready to friggin' jump ship as I am. I'm not buying into what they're selling, because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday, because people like me who have been disillusioned by the Democratic Party for a long time got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party who's basically saying, we want you to fail. We don't care if you fail. It's like the scene in The Wizard of Oz when they finally go back to see the great Oz and they pull the curtain back and it's just a little old
Yeah.
man just standing there like that doesn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be afraid to like voice my opinion anymore. I'm done. I am done.
Yes.
I am done. And you're not going to bully.
Yes, you're not gonna bully us no more. And that's what we mean by I am Charlie. You're gonna so many people
Whoa.
are going to
Check this one out. I haven't seen this one.
well, what is it? California Senator Susan.
Oh, but that's March 7th. That's
oh, that's an
old.
old one. Okay.
We got this lady 57. You got this Indian, I believe. This is a Democratic thing. Okay.
What do you
All right,
say?
all
The
right.
Democrat Party is losing supporters by thousands.
By the thousand, which is true. They losing supporters so fast they can't even. I mean, the floodgates are open.
Native American man that speaks the uncomfortable truth that needs to be said. I kind of feel sorry for Charlie Kirk, and people need to toughen up. He speaks the uncomfortable truth that needs to be said, and you let words hurt you that much that you had to go take that man's life. It's crazy to me. You know, RIP to that dude. I know that he didn't really align his views with my views. He talked down on Native Americans. There's a clipping of him saying that we were warring and killing each other and we weren't civilized. I didn't really agree with what he said, but he speaks truth. I watched some of his videos and I agree a little bit, but if speaking the truth is gonna get you killed, why even bother anymore? Right? I get death threats every fucking day from pretendians that are trying to steal the indigenous identity. Death threats every fucking day just for speaking the truth. People need to toughen up.
Yep.
That's all.
What happened to what was it? Sticks and bones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I mean, we need to bring that back.
People need a thick skin though.
Yeah.
They don't have it. I mean, they're using the keyboard warriors and fucking game and you know they're all tough, but when the push come to shove, they don't. I mean, they don't want to do it. Like when you are intellectually deficient or challenged, and you try to like, oh, let me grab the microphone and debate Charlie Kirk because he didn't go to college. And then they get blown out of the water.
Exactly.
They get pissed because they realize, and Charlie Kirk was big proponent of a college. Most of the college, I would say most of college and universities are scams. They don't teach you anything.
Yeah, no,
they don't teach anything. They just teach you liberal arts and all that crazy stuff that do not work in the real life. I mean, that's why they're so frustrated.
And see,
you know, those students are frustrated. I mean, they're coming out with a diploma, with a piece of paper saying, oh, yes, I have a master's on this, or I have a bachelor's on that. And when they go out to the workforce,
they have no skills.
They have no skills.
Nothing.
They can't do anything. They cannot even turn on
but they can tell you. They can tell you
turn on the hot water on the kitchen. You know what I mean?
So, or can't even open a can with a can opener.
No, hell no.
Or cut a tomato. I was talking this with somebody at work that some people can't. You know, their kids couldn't slice a tomato. Like what? And I'm talking about like a 19-year-old. So, but here's the thing. Academia used to stand for, and I will be one to first admit this. I didn't care when I was young, but now looking back through history, what academia meant, that meant the place, the space to, oh yeah, you need to play that. That is classic. That is justice right there. But
oh, hold on.
What happened?
No. This is yesterday. I'm sorry to call you off, brother. Yeah. But check this out. This is from this post 24 hours, almost a day.
Yeah, he got fired.
575 people.
Yep.
Right here. This is glorious.
576 Democrats.
Let me put this in under large so you guys can see it. All right, this is glorious. 576 Democrats from the last report have lost their job today. And so I'm so here for it. And this is how the leftists are complaining.
That video is
I mean, this is so hilarious.
I don't feel bad for that guy.
I don't. I
not
mean,
one bit.
Like, how could you be mad at someone for when they just make a mockery of somebody's demise? Like,
Exactly.
how could you? Like, Charlie Kirk has a family, wife, children, a business,
Yep.
and he was only 31 years old. And he's just imagine, Charlie Kirk was so powerful. His voice, his presence, that in 10 years from now, let's say he's 41. Let's fast forward. Let's imagine he's still here with us in 10 years. Charlie Kirk will have such an influence over the youth coming out of in high school. Those people in high school will be 29 to 31 when he's 40s.
Exactly. Yep.
And 10 years from now will be 2 elections. He will be the next president of the United States because the overwhelming
he would have been. Yes.
The overwhelming amount of youth, they're watching him now. They will definitely vote for him in the future. And that's why they had to stop him. No doubt about it. Because they knew they cook.
They are cooked. Because look at this. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find this, or see if you can find this too.
Yeah.
There was a bus driver lady that talked about the day after Charlie Kirk.
Yes,
where
sir.
she discussed what the youth was talking about, and she heard. And let me say, the youth, like, between the ranges of 17 to
Right here.
17 to like 12, they were all fans of Charlie Kirk.
They were.
So and
And
then
they are fans.
watch this. This is
My high school kids talked about Charlie Kirk all morning. Positive conversations about Charlie Kirk all morning. They're impacted. They're mad. But passionate, compassion all morning. These kids are smart. These kids are smart. He touched them. They knew who he was. He made an impact on their lives. They talked about his debates. They talked about his topics. Smart kids. This impacted them. These high school kids, they know.
is exactly what the Democrats did not want. And guess what?
They have it.
Yep.
They lost. Democratic Party, you watching, deep states, all the politicians that they're trying to deceive people. You guys are deceiver, snakes, deviants, horrible people. Your party is done.
Done.
I mean, if you
son.
have any chance to win any seats on the midterms, those chances they went from 50% to minus 50%. Literally. A lot of people not agree with you. They might not verbally saying we're leaving the party, but I guarantee you, they will not vote for you in this upcoming election.
Now, I sent you a video of another guy that got fired. I haven't seen this video, but
Lord.
It's it looks like it's gonna be
Oh my
funny.
goodness, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though, so just giving you heads up.
Appreciate
Here
it.
you go.
Got 2 million views.
Yep,
This is gonna be crazy. Let's go for it.
the audio.
Oh Lord. Yep. Let me fix it. Boom.
Made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them, and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today, on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the diversity, equity, and inclusion department from scratch, I lose my job because one of you, some random person.
Brother,
Yeah.
you asked for it. You asked for it. Let me get out of the way. I will let you finish. Hold on.
Reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work, and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion. And you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Hey guys, Brittany here. I'm a mess. I'm not doing good at all today. I'm like really angry and splitting so much, and I'm just like, I want to go back to bed, but I have to work because there's some like money I need to make, and I have a horrible headache, and I just can't stop splitting. And if you're familiar with splitting, it's basically like getting angry at people and like not being able to control it and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know the exact definition of splitting, but I could tell I'm doing it right now. I also just realized I haven't taken my meds in like 2 days, so you know that could
Deranged.
That explains everything.
But
like,
you seen this one?
Yep, you send me that one.
Okay, man.
Send me that one.
This,
listen, that is, she admitted it right there and there. She's a mental health patient.
Yep. Yes, she is.
He is a mental health patient.
And you know,
okay, it's Mariano, that's one of my friends right there. He said my son is one of those kids she is talking about. She's making it hard to the parents to explain to those kids why this happened and what the parents, what do we say? Unexplainable. Okay, let me see. We got another text here, another message. I believe my son, is deeply disturbed and he's heartbreaking. Yep. Yeah, this is hard, man. This is hard. You know, so check this out. I will let this lady finish so we can move on, you know, to another video. This is epic, to say the least.
be contributing to this also. I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do. Anything I put on like music wise to listen to, I'm literally sobbing. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna listen to music and cry. So I'm a little more calm now, and basically like, I don't know, I just really caught myself splitting, and I even wrote out a really mean text, and then I deleted it because I'm like, no, I'm splitting. So my coping skills are literally just gonna be me listening to music and getting orders because I have to make money. I can't just go home and sleep. So
that is crazy. Oh man, this is insane, guys. These people here are deranged, and I just can't with these people, for real. I feel like um they I don't want to, I don't mean to laugh at them, right? And the only reason why I do it now is because these people are they say I have a problem, or they say we have a problem, that because we're in the right, and we're the ones that are, you know, and I hate to use this word, but we're sane. We're not insane. We're sane. And when they come back and say, "Hey, I am this, so you must look at me at this," and I'm like, no, we don't have to, right? And that becomes an issue. But really, it's like, dude, you're the one that's has this mental issue, and I don't think I have to cater to you because, you know, we're, you know, it's mental, you know, it's insane. So but here is the whole point of, there's this clip right now that we're gonna share, and it's about this one of these people that celebrated on Charlie Kirk's when she got the news. This is disgusting. This is the very reason why I don't feel bad when they come out and said they lost their job because they were doing this exact thing right here. This is what they were doing. And a lot of them, you know, they lost their job, which good for the employer for doing that. This is bad. Yeah, look at this lady. Horrible. What an ugly, disgusting being. I will say that.
I know.
Very, very much horrible.
I was say, what the heck was that? Look what Gabby says right here.
Yeah, they're deranged. They're deranged.
Yes, they are.
And so this guy that we seen that got fired, I guess he made another video. I think you've seen the first one, but this is the second one. I haven't seen this one. I don't know what is he saying, but yep, he's one of the ones that got fired, because I'm gonna try to find this video where he was celebrating. And he was
I'm supposed to feed my son, he's hungry. You got me fired, yo. What the fuck, yo? You got me fired, I'm hungry, yo. What the fuck?
fine.
No, they fake it, and they just want clickbait.
Yeah, maybe he never had a job and he just clicked.
Yeah, he just
riding the
gaslighting
train.
people. Yeah, he just gaslighting. He never had a job. Like that dude. I mean, I would not hire a guy like that. Especially the other lady that you were we were showing up early. This one, Miss Bebop from the Teenage Ninja Turtles, like this one. Like who the heck gonna hire this person right here? I mean, like who in the right mind would do such a thing? I would not. I mean, unless you take all the stuff up, but I will not hire her.
I just can't believe she has a job.
Yeah, I know. God bless his employer. I mean, she got fired, but
yeah.
So anyway, we are gonna say to you guys, thank you so much, and I really appreciate you guys being here today. For those on Instagram, thank you so much. We have we have my friend JJ Carroll on Instagram. Thank you, JJ, for watching. I really appreciate it. And man, this is a hard times that we live in. These crazy times that we're living in, but we have to stay faithful to our belief and speak the truth. And like I said, I posted a reel yesterday where I encourage anyone that have a platform, whether you're small or big time influencer, just double and triple down on your efforts and post more every day.
Exactly.
Be the word. I don't care how small you are. Like I have a small channel. I don't care. but I will post every day and I will speak my mind.
Exactly.
And that's a fact. We were posting when we started once a week, then we ramp it up 3 times a week. Now we're doing every single
Every
day.
single day. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So next time you're gonna see us. We're gonna post twice a day. So we're gonna post between 14 to 20 videos a week. So we're gonna keep the fight. So we got this shirts now. We have a limited edition. I am Charlie. My friend Robert here. Hopefully, we are able to get the website up and running by next
Yep.
week.
By next week. Yep.
So
For sure.
wait for it.
Probably. It might be on Thursday of next week.
So, but there's the next week. We're gonna have different shirts. We have this edition now. We have this nice X-Ray podcast edition right here. Very nice, simple shirt. We made it right here. It's not outsourced to nobody else. We made them in house. And it will take a couple days. So we already shipped one shirt for JJ Carroll.
Shout out to JJ.
We shipped for him once, and I got a phone call for a friend. We're gonna ship another one of the Charlie Kirk shirt. If you want a shirt, let me know. Hit me on the DMs on Instagram or X. Just send me text, and I will make sure you get one. They are very, very, very cheap. They're like $25, and all the proceeds, the earnings, it will go to Turning Point USA. Either we are donated and post our donation by the end of the month, or whenever we finish to sell the shirts, we're gonna post that. We'll be transparent with you guys. We're gonna show it that we donate the money, or if we have a large amount of money, we're gonna reach out to Turning Point USA or somebody on Charlie Kirk Circle, and we are personally, Robert and I, we're gonna travel to Phoenix, Arizona,
Yep.
and drop that money off, and hopefully make a difference. And I encourage you for you to support our channel. So, Robert, you have any last words for the audience?
Well, the left would like to silence whatever they don't like, right? Can you imagine? And I'm only saying this because can you imagine if they wanted to silence the flat earth people?
Oh,
You know
Lord.
what I'm saying? So JJ, can you imagine that if they wanted to silence those people? Like, it's just crazy that if I say something, or like Charlie Kirk is saying something, and the radical left wants to silence it. What happened to free speech and democracy? So my final thoughts in this episode is, hey guys, take it easy, man. Words, just refer back to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And with that, just have a great, blessed day. Enjoy your weekend and love your family. Communicate who you have to communicate, and tell them, hey, I love you. And, pray, guys. Read your Bible. Get closer to God. And God bless you guys.
All right. God bless you. Have a great weekend. I really appreciate you guys being here today. Please follow us on X. It's over here on the ticker. We follow on X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, on Facebook. Also, we are in, let me show you the other ones. This is the handles. So that's how you find us, X-Ray Podcast, throughout all social media. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in another live stream. Might be short because it's Sunday, but we're going to keep you updated on what's going on in this news, in this political realm, and also different news that we might come up with. But thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And don't forget to love God, love your family, love your country, and stay safe. See you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.